I'm Cami, and I just wanted to share 4 simple strategies today to help you help your knees so you can have healthy knees. Simple things you can do throughout the day that don't require really much extra time at all. So the first thing for good healthy knees is aligned knees. So as you're standing there and you take a look at your feet in relation to your knees, look to see if all 10 toes are facing forward. And if they are, great. If you kind of land in a position that's like one toe's out, one toe's in, both out, pigeon-toed, just try to correct that, get them in the right alignment, and then position that weight over your heels, and that aligns your knees. So every time you sit down in a chair, try to keep those knees from popping in or popping out. Every time you get up, bring them up. Every time that you sit on the toilet or take steps, it's very easy to have one foot kind of wing out when we're walking, or 2 feet like duck-footed or pigeon-toed. And so just start by being more aware, more mindful, and aligning those feet with the knees. So that's kind of foundational. So the second thing I want to talk about is strengthening the quadricep muscles on the front and sides and kind of all around the thigh, or all around these areas of the thighs, and strengthening the glutes, your fanny. So 2 very simple things that you can incorporate all the time throughout your day is more squatting. So again, take a look at how the knees and the toes line up, and if you do kind of a deeper squat, you want to angle the toes out away so the knees follow the trajectory of the second and third toe. So more squatting does not hurt our knees. Better aligned squatting helps our knees. So when you come up, if you can really push through the heels, that will strengthen the glutes as well as the quads. Now, you don't always need to go that low, but so good for strengthening the quads and the glutes. You can incorporate those all the time. So if you're standing, you can, chair pose is another one, a yoga pose that you can incorporate. So any kind of nicely aligned squatting action will help build those quads and the glutes. Now, if you're lying down like in bed, then bridge pose is fantastic to just bring your feet. You can do your feet kind of anyway, but bring your feet parallel and then just lift your hips. And you can feel your glutes working and your quadriceps working. So you can hold it up there. You can come up and down. You can add the arms and kind of stretch the shoulders out. You can bring your feet together and really squeeze the legs. You can bring them apart. Just keep those toes and knees aligned. So that's number 2. So we had align, make sure we align the knees and the toes. Second is strengthen the quads and the glutes. The third thing is self-massage. And these are yoga tune-up balls. These are the Alpha Twins. So you can use the alphas or the medium pluses or the originals, which are the smallest of the firm balls. And so I'm going to just line that up perpendicular to the grain of my quadricep muscles. And I'm just going to lie and put my weight on that, and then just start to slowly roll those quadricep muscles. When the quads get really tight, have a lot of tension, what happens is it creates a lot of friction within the, like where the kneecap rests on the end of the femur, the big leg bone. And so that can create a lot of pain. And so we want to have strong, but we also want to have very supple muscles, and to just reduce the tension around that knee joint. So you can turn your foot in and turn your foot out and get all around the quads. You can do that, of course, on both legs. So self-massage, awesome. That leg feels different than the other leg. So that's number 3. So we've got alignment, we've got strengthen, especially these areas, and we've got massage out these quads. You can also, I love the pluses for massaging the calf muscles. And that's, again, putting them perpendicular to the line and relaxing the weight and massaging those calves. Again, less tension in the muscles above and below the knee, happier the knee. Get a little Achilles work in there. Okay, number 4 is stretching the calves and the hips, things that you can integrate throughout your day. So this is a half dome foam roller. I am going to make a video to cut my foam rollers in half, because with the balls I don't really need a foam roller anymore. But this is excellent, these half ones. So every morning I just stand on my foam roller and try to reach my heels down to the floor, and I brush my teeth. So I get a good 2-minute calf stretch in, 1 to 2 minute calf stretch in every morning and any other time during the day that my calves feel like they need to be stretched. So you can use a rolled up towel, you can use a rolled up blanket, you can roll your yoga mat up, anything to get your toes up and your heels down. You can drop your heels off of a stair, give yourself a little stretch. Most of us typically have really tight calves. And so again, when the calves are tight, the quads are tight, even the hips are tight, it creates tension in the knee joint, which creates friction, burning, tearing up the tissues in there. So again, we want lengthened, supple legs. So anytime you want to do that while you're standing, it's awesome. Hips are very important to keep stretched out also. So if you're lying down, this hip stretch is wonderful. Just figure 4, just crossing my right ankle over my left knee. And then I'm going to reach through and grab either the back of that thigh or the front of that knee, and then just give it a good stretch. So this stretch, you'll find you can feel it down the outside of your leg and into your hips, and all at that IT band area. This is an excellent simple stretch to stretch this IT band, which that's another, the muscles surrounding, underneath, above and beyond and below tend to get really tight. And so this is another way to stretch those hips out. I'm kind of rushing through, but you can take as much time as you want, a little bit, maybe a minute on each side is a nice stretch. A minute or 2 on the calf stretches, or just, I mean, 30 seconds is better than nothing. So those are just some simple things that you can do to create healthier knees. And who doesn't want healthier knees, less osteoarthritis, better, happier knees to live with day to day. Thank you for joining me. We will leave a comment if this was helpful to you or if you have a question. And visit my website for more classes and information at yogawithcami.com. Thank you and namaste.